Hey guys, this is Jenny, and this is our Slow Flow yoga class. Today is actually the middle of the month. It's just crazy to me how fast October has gone by. Before we know it, we're going to be in the holidays, and it is the weirdest weather outside. It's so cloudy and just misty and weird for this time of year for Texas. Um, so today we're going to be going into that slow flow, and I wanted to talk for a second about just relying on external validation. So often, those are the types of things that we allow to dictate our manifestation of being, our behavior. They also dictate the limitations that we impose upon ourselves and other people. So it's really important that we get a grip on and understand what that looks like, right? When we rely on external validation to understand your worth, it is not sustainable. If you depend on people to build you up, you also give them the same power to break you down. You are worthy regardless of their opinion. So how do we get away from other people's opinions and the need to experience that validation from outside ourselves? We learn to trust this. So much of our programming is reinforcing the idea that we are not trustworthy, that we don't know what we need. Because if we don't know what we need, we're always subject to other people telling us what that looks like. Not only so that we are then suppressed, but also so that we are constantly looking for the solution outside of ourselves, which makes us the perfect consumers, right? Everybody always has the solution for our problem. Every commercial, every medication, if you look at it, has the solution for everything that we need to make our lives so much better, right? And then you do the thing, you take the thing, you try to do that stuff, and it ends up feeling empty. It still feels empty. It doesn't feel good. You can get all the validation in the world, but if you are not validating yourself, if you are not supportive of your own being, that is the energy that you're going to communicate to everybody and everything around you. That is going to be the magnet that draws more of that energy back into your experience. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't. If you're not fueling the energy of the thing with the feelings behind it that are the truth, that you really believe to be true. You have to fuel the energy of your words with the knowing of the thing, truly feeling it inside of the self. That is what creates that magnet. That is what creates that draw back into your experience, physical and energetic. And so it's time that we start to look at this stuff. We've got to start digging deep. We've got to start going back inside of the self. We got to recognize that we have not necessarily been kind to ourselves, that we haven't necessarily been taking care of ourselves the way that we should, that our words are not enforcing that ultimate truth that I am. Our actions, our choices are not reflective of that truth. And because of that, we emit that energy of that unease, that mistrust in ourselves, that need for validation, which reads as desperation to everybody and everything around us, which is one of the quickest ways to chase people off. So what's motivating me? What's motivating my actions? What's motivating my behavior? Should always come back to that principal truth that I am. Everything should be supportive and uplifted of that truth of our being. Uplifting, excuse me. And if it's not, that's where the work is, right? All of those things that are not aligned to that truth, all of those things that are not reinforcing that magnetic vibration of being, which opens up all doors of possibility. There's so much that we get to choose. We get to choose everything. Everything. And it's time that we start creating conscious choices. Speaking consciously. Thinking consciously. It's like that quote, I don't remember if I said it in this class or one of the other ones. Thoughts are things, words are things, where your thoughts are, so are you. The quality of your thought life is going to show you very distinctively what you're co-creating, what you're choosing, whether it's what you want or not, it's what you're choosing. And if you don't like the quality of the thing that you've been co-creating, if you're looking for some other type of energetic experience, then you've got to change the perception. You've got to change the thoughts. You've got to change all of the things. Because no matter what you feel or what you think or what you say, it doesn't change the truth of your being, that you are divine, that you are source energy, pure source energy. You are that wholly and completely. And if you're not treating yourself as if you were that thing, then you are limiting your experience so greatly. This is like one of the most important things that I can ever share with you guys. You know, I can never force you to open your mind, to expand your consciousness, to see the truth of your being, to really fully understand the fullness of what you are. That's on you. That's on you. Every prophet that has ever come has been here to show us that God is in here, that you are that. Every single prophet has come in an effort to show us the thing. And what do? Instead, we twist it. We twist it and we worship the people who brought us the message. Instead of receiving the message, integrating the energy of that thing, allowing ourselves to embody the truth. That is the whole point of why they came. And for some reason, after thousands and thousands of years, we still cannot grasp it. And it is affecting the reality that we're experiencing. This matrix, this projection, because the quality of the projection is a quality of where we're at as a conscious whole. And if we want real change, we have to start with this. You never start outside of the self. You always start within and allow that to radiate out. And that is the invitation, the energetic invitation. That's the most powerful change that we can emit, that we can create, that we can offer. But if you can't come to these basic understandings of truth and allow yourself to truly believe and know, it's not just faith. It's a knowing. Blind faith means I don't have to know and I don't have to understand. Knowing means I have integrated and I embody. I know this to be true, and it emanates from my being. The energy of that truth emanates from me, which is a light that enlivens every single particle of our body, every single cell, every single atom, all of the spaces in between. Radiating that divinity, radiating that source energy, radiating that God energy. All the time. And when I know that I am that, I'm standing in the perfection of my being. There's no illness, there's no disharmony that can exist within my being that can stand up to that light that happens when we know, when we embody. So many of the limitations, the issues, the sadnesses, the heaviness comes from us not accepting our truth. Not just accepting it, but embodying it. We complain, we cry out, we ask for help to be saved from the things that burden us. Yet we don't create the positive changes that are necessary. We don't listen to what the prophets have been telling us for thousands of years to show us the power, the truth of our being. And if we can't get this, we're going to have such a tough time. We're only going to further the polarization and the distance. We're only going to experience more distress, more frustration, because we are not aligned to ourselves. We're dismissing the spirit and we're living in the flesh. We're living from that human experience. We are not recognizing the truth of our being. And we toil and we struggle and we are frustrated because we have to work so hard to achieve the things, because we're only working outside of the self and never within, pressing itself out. And so today during our practice, I really want us to honor ourselves completely as if we were that source energy, knowing, inviting that knowing into your being, inviting that essence of your own spirit to rise up and to come forward, to be the preeminent part of your being, to say yes, finally, to that part of who and what you are, which opens you up to all of the worth and all of the value, all of the inheritance. Only thinking of yourself with those quality of thoughts, only speaking to yourself with those quality of words while you're on your mat today. And then as you come off of your mat, doing your best to remember who you are in each and every moment, in each and every experience. Even when you come into an experience with people that you really look up to, often when we do that, we put ourselves in this submissive posture. We put ourselves in this submissive space and we lift them up above ourselves. And we tell ourselves that they're better, they're more this, they're more that, they're more able. And then through those kinds of thinking, we push ourselves into that place. We emanate that vibration. We communicate to all the people around us that we are that. Remember, when you're in those social situations in your life, when you're in those everyday experiences in your life, this week, this month, this year, the rest of your life, that you are that. You are them. They are you. You are all the same within that universal soul space, that everything and everyone are all the same. I am that. You're not above me. I'm not above you. No one's beneath the other. We are all in that same plane of existence. And ultimately, I will always treat myself as if I am that and allow you to respond to me in that same truth. And I will respond to you according to those things as well, right? So let's go ahead and get started today. Dropping their shoulders back and down, closing the eyes, centering yourself back into your being. Close the eyes. Draw the attention, the awareness back inside, focusing on the brow point center. In the center of the eyes, just above the brows. Hands are gently resting face down or face up on the knees and just starting to sink into your breath, taking that magical bridge of the breath back to the soul space from the physical being. Remembering that ultimately there's no separation between spirit and body. It's all one emanation of being. I don't actually have to take a bridge from my physical back to the spiritual because it's always there. It's really about expanding my awareness to know that that part of my being is always the preemptive part of who and what I am. No matter what I think, no matter what I feel, that doesn't change the truth of my being, that I am. Nothing changes that truth, that unwavering truth. I am. You can choose to awaken to that truth or not. It will never change. Excuse me. Really slow and gently opening up those eyes whenever you're ready. We're going to start to wake our spine up by inhaling, taking our gaze over our left shoulder. Exhaling and coming back to center. Inhaling and gazing over the right shoulder. Exhale, take it back to the front. And just keep it going, moving as slowly and gently as you need to protect your neck. Never pressing into pain or tingling or numbness. Eyes can close, drawing that attention, that awareness back inside. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. We're going to rotate the neck and take the left ear to the left shoulder. Drop the chin back to the chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Release the chin back to the center and keep it going. Keeping the spine nice and straight and long. Pausing and breathing into any of those areas where you're feeling any tension or resistance. Two more times and finish up with releasing the chin back to the chest. Inhale, draw the gaze back towards the front of the room. We're going to begin our Sufi grind by inhaling, lengthening through the spine, all the way through the crown of the head, reaching that energy into the sky. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Begin to take that rotation of the entire upper body around the sits bones, around the base of the spine, which is rooted and grounded into the earth through every point of contact from the body to the earth. Rotating in whichever direction feels the most comfortable and safe to you first. This is my time, this is my place. And the next time you're towards the front of that rotation, go ahead and draw it in the opposite direction whenever you're ready. Inhale and rise up into that easy seated posture. We're going to go ahead and take the right hand over the left thigh. Make sure you're not resting the hand on the knee joint, but just over the knee. You're going to take the left fingertips and gently rest them into the earth. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to inhale, lengthen through that arm, reaching those fingertips up into the sky, and then drawing it over towards the opposite wall, reaching through the side body, but not releasing that sits bone away from the mat. You want to keep both sits bones grounded into the earth, keeping that shoulder dropped back and down, exposing the heart space, allowing it to radiate, to shine forward. And then exhale, take it down. Come back into that comfortable seated posture. We're going to take the left hand over the right thigh this time, right fingertips gently resting outside of the right hip. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, reach it towards the opposite wall. Lengthening through the side body, feeling that beautiful stretch, but exposing the heart space. And exhale, take it down. Come back into that easy seated posture. Both hands come outside of the hips now, framing the body, gently resting those fingertips into the mat, into the earth. Take a couple deep grounding breaths, centering your being, collecting your energy, calling all of your power back. Letting go of all of those things that are not aligned to the truth of your being, that are not aligned to your I am. Inhale nice and deep. Calling all of your power back, drawing all of your energy back to yourself, and then exhale, let it go. One more time. And then beginning on the right side, we're going to inhale, swing that arm around the front side of the body. Reach those fingertips towards the opposite wall, and exhale, swing it back down. Left hand rises up. Inhale, swing that arm across the front side of the body. Reach through those fingertips towards the opposite wall. And exhale, let it go. Keep it going. Remembering that your arms and your hands are extensions of the heart. They're the antenna of the heart. We give and we receive so much from those hands, from those arms, drawing that energy back into our heart space. All of the prana that we draw inside of ourselves, those life-affirming energies. As you reach those fingertips towards the opposite wall, really drawing in all of the love, all of the acceptance, all of the allowance. As you release those hands back into the earth, letting go of all of stuff that's not serving us. Remembering that Pachamama, Mother Earth, is the ultimate transmuter. She takes all of those energies that are no longer serving us. She transmutes them, transforms them into something that's more life-affirming. Exhale, let it go. Come back into that easy seated posture. Inhale, arms come overhead, nice and slow and gentle. Reach those arms into the sky, but keep those shoulders grounded down into the shoulder blade, or not into the shoulder blade, excuse me, into that socket. Lengthening through those arms, biceps are hugging the ears, fingertips are spread, nice and wide, engaged. And then exhale, drop the left hand behind the left glute. Right hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Take a gentle twist through the spine, gazing over the left shoulder. If it feels safe, on the neck, and breathe into the body for a moment. With each exhalation, if it feels safe, you can take your twist a little deeper, or you can remain in stillness. Just listen to your body. I'm ready to make it your practice. Honor yourself above all else. Fuck the external validations and the need for other people to see and approve of who and what you are. When you see those things in yourself first, everything outside of the self follows. We cannot control other people and how they see us, but we can certainly set the energetic tone for which we are to be treated. Inhale, arms come overhead, reaching those fingertips into the sky. Exhale, dropping the right hand behind the right glute. Left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Take that gentle twist through the spine and gaze over the right shoulder. Spine is still nice and straight. You are not the sum of other people's opinions about you. You are not the culmination of the stories that other people tell of who and what you are. You are not to meet the expectations of the other people in your life before you follow the desire of your own heart. You are to be true to, loyal to your own self first. Gently untwisting the spine, reaching those fingertips high into the sky. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, you're going to release those hands down towards the earth as you hinge forward from those hips. Folding the belly into the legs. Forehead is releasing towards the mat, towards the earth. Breathing into the body. Super slow and gentle, start to walk those hands back up towards the body. Go ahead and lengthen through those legs here. Taking those legs directly out in front of you. Hands are going to come up towards the hip crease. Palms are flat down on top of those thighs. Don't poke those elbows out, but keep them in close towards the rib cage. Lengthening through the spine, rooting into the earth. Inhale nice and deep. And then exhale, drop those fingertips all the way down towards those ankles and feet, stopping wherever it is that you start to feel that nice, comfortable stretch. We're going to keep the gaze forward. The crown of the head is parallel to the sky. You can reach all the way down if it feels comfortable and safe. Grasping onto the edges of the feet or taking your peace fingers and wrapping them around your big toes. Drop those shoulders back and down. You don't want them hovering up around those earlobes. Make sure you're in that relaxed posture, but the spine is still nice and long. you want to close your eyes and draw your attention back inside, feel free to do so. As you take a moment to breathe into the body, remembering that breath is just not the air in front of your face, it is cosmic energy of all things, prana, life force energy. One more deep breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Releasing those elbows towards the shin bones. Drop those hands down onto the legs. Inhale, really slow and gentle, rise up. Drawing the palms back up towards the hip crease. We're going to open up our legs now. We're not trying to do the splits, so don't worry about that. Just open your legs up to a comfortable place that feels good and safe for you. And if you can, you're going to take those hands out towards the shin bones and keep those arms straight. If you can't, you can actually take a gentle bend in those knees. So you know if you need to support relaxing into this posture with a little bit more ease. You can even put little blankets or something underneath the thighs, just above the knees. Do what you need to do to make your practice comfortable and safe for you. But if you can, you're going to take your peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes. We're going to inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, releasing the forehead towards the earth. Inhale up. Exhale down and keep it going. Inhale, rise up. This time we're going to exhale, drop the forehead towards the left knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forehead comes towards the right knee. Inhale to center. Exhale down, inhale up, keep it going. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release those hands down onto those shin bones if they're not already there. Inhale, rise up, draw the palms of the hands back up towards the hip crease. We're going to release those hands inside the body now, up towards the hip crease of each leg. Inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walk those hands out as far as feels comfortable and safe. And pause and breathe into the body. Go ahead and walk those hands out a little bit farther if you can. You can walk those hands all the way up to the top, releasing the belly, the chest, the head into the mat. Feel free to do so. If not, just take it slow and work your way towards the top. A little bit farther. Last time. Inhale and walk those hands really slow and gentle back towards the body. Take those legs back together. Come up onto those hands and knees for our tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders on top of your wrists, hips on top of your knees. Go ahead and shift those hips side to side for a moment if you wish. Just starting to wake up that lower spine. Coming back into your tabletop position. We're going to shift our hips to the left side, draw our gaze over our right shoulder towards those heels. Exhale, come back to center. Inhaling and pressing the right hip out now, gazing over the left shoulder towards those heels. And inhale, come back to center. Keep it going, super slow and gentle or fast as feels comfortable and safe. One more time on each side. And then come back into your tabletop position. We're going to move into those cat-cow stretches. Tipping up your tailbone, dropping the belly towards the earth and lifting the gaze. Exhaling, tucking the tailbone, rounding through the spine, taking the chin to the chest. Inhale into your cow. Exhaling into your cat. Keep it going. Move as fast as you need to here, remembering that the faster you move through these cat-cow stretches, the more warm the spine becomes. So if you need that additional warming up for your practice, then you're going to want to move a little bit faster. But always, always listening to the body and what the body wants and needs first and foremost. Last one. Come back into your tabletop position. Go ahead and walk those hands up towards the top of the mat and release the forehead into the earth. Heart space relaxes towards the earth and the mat beneath you. You can even take those palms to touch. Draw those hands over the back of the head. Fingertips pointing to the sky. Connecting to the truth that I am. Exhale, release the palms of the hands towards the earth. Lift the elbows away from the mat and walk those hands back up towards the body. Go ahead and curl your toes under and press your hips into the sky for the first downward facing dog of your practice. Releasing those heels towards the earth, pressing the belly towards the thighs and gazing towards the shin bones. Pedal out those legs if you need to for a moment, or remain in stillness. Crown of the head hangs towards the mat. Shifting the gaze towards the top of the mat, stepping towards it ever so slightly and gently or floating to the top, just listening to the body. Hang in your forward fold. Releasing the crown of the head towards the earth, creating space in the spinal column between all of those discs, releasing the pressure of gravity on the spine. Taking some gentle movements here. Remaining in stillness, you can take those pinkies into opposite elbows as you hang. Allowing all of the judgmental thoughts, all of those old stories, old narratives, old programs that tell you that you are not worth trusting, that you are weak, that you are vulnerable. Allow all of those old ideals, those old dogmas to pour out from the top of the head into the earth. Allowing only affirming energies to reside within the mind, those thoughts that lift up and protect the truth of our being. Really slow and gentle, take a bend in those knees and rolling up through the spine. Vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. Arms come overhead. Exhale, take those hands down towards heart center, all the way down into the earth. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, release. One more time, take it all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale and rise up. Reversing your swan dive, arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus out those arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pressing the heart space forward, palms shine towards the front of the room, and inhale, lift those fingertips back into the sky. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Hands rain down around the body. Gently brush the earth with those fingertips and inhale, half lift. Taking those thumbs to heart center, gently resting the palms of the hands on the shin bones. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. One more together and one more at your own pace. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms rising overhead. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop those hands down into the earth. Gentle bend in those knees. Take one last at your own pace. Moving into our sun salutations. Inhaling, arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus out the arms, radiating like the sun, allowing that shining energy of the I am to project from our being. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop those hands into the earth. Step or float back into your plank posture, releasing the heels towards the wall behind you. Gentle bend in those elbows. Shoulders stacked on top of the wrist. Gaze is between those hands. Super nice, long, straight spine. Crown of the head shines forward. And exhale, those Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping towards the top of the mat. To begin again, two more. One together and one at your own pace. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms rise into the sky. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come down, step back, or float into that plank posture. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep those elbows tight towards the body. Exhale, down dog. Stepping towards those hands. Or floating towards the top. One more at your own pace. Come down onto those knees. Take the knees towards the edges of the mat. Press the glutes back towards the heels for that humble warrior. Releasing the heart space and the head towards the earth. Breathe into the body for a moment. Remembering who you are. Not who the world tells you to be. Not to meet the external validations, other people's approvals. Remember who you are. Inhale, rise back up into that tabletop position, curling the toes over, under, pressing the hips into the sky for a downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting up through the left leg, and exhale, bend the knee, rotate the ankle. Lengthen through that leg, pull it forward for that low lunge. Release the right knee down into the mat and uncurl those right toes. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactusing out those arms, shifting the weight forward, opening up through the right hip if it feels safe on the body. Inhale. Lift those fingertips back into the sky. And exhale. Right hand falls inside of the right, or not inside of the arch of the left foot. Reach those left fingertips into the sky. You can take a gentle bind here by bending the right knee. Reaching back with the left hand, pulling the calf towards the back of the thigh, and gazing over the left shoulder if it feels safe on the body. Exhale, let it go. Framing the foot with both hands now. Press the glutes back towards the right heel. Lengthening through the left leg. Flexing the toes of the left foot. Inhale nice and deep. And then exhale, hinging forward. Releasing the forehead towards the left knee. Inhale, come back up. And in, I can't talk, y'all, sorry. And lift those arms overhead. I knew what I wanted to say, just wasn't coming out. So take those hands together. We're going to interlock those fingers, all except for that pointed finger, which is still going to be pointed into the sky. And inhale nice and deep. Before you exhale, hinge forward from the hips. And release those fingertips in front of the left toes. Forehead falls towards the left knee. Inhale, use your core strength to rise back up. Nice and slow with grace and ease. And then exhale. We're going to cartwheel forward, swinging the right hand forward first. And then the left, releasing the left hand outside of the left foot. Right hand comes inside of that arch. Curl the back toes under, pressing the hips up into the sky so that you can carefully and gently draw the left leg back to meet the right. Pedal out those legs if you need to. And then inhale, lifting up through the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee and rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the leg. Exhale, pulling it all the way through, low lunge. Come down onto the left knee and uncurl the toes. Inhale and rise up. Arms come overhead. Exhale, shift your weight forward if it feels safe. Cactus out the arms, pressing the heart space forward. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, left hand comes inside of the arch of the right foot. Reaching through those fingertips as you twist through the spine, gazing at those fingers if it feels safe on the neck. You can bend the left leg and take that gentle bind if it feels safe on the body. The heel comes towards the glute. Calf comes towards the thigh. Gazing over the right shoulder. Let go whenever you're ready. Release that arm, frame the foot with both hands. Press the glutes back towards the left heel, lengthening through the right leg. Inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, folding forward, releasing the forehead towards the right knee. Inhale, use your core strength to rise back up. Arms come overhead. Clasp those fingers. Pointer fingers remain high in the sky. Take another deep inhalation and then exhale, hinge forward from those hips. Diving forward, releasing those right fingertips in front of the right toes. Forehead comes to the right knee. Use your core strength to inhale and rise back up. Exhale. Release those hands to frame the right foot. Curl the back toes under. Press the hips into the sky. Step back with that right foot to meet the left and pedal out those legs. Keeping those toes curled under. Drop the knees down into the mat. Walk the hands up towards the body as you drop those glutes on top of those heels. And take some deep breaths. Clearing out our meridian lines here. You need to tuck those little pinky toes under, you can. If you can't come into this posture, you can come into your rock pose where the tops of your feet are flat against the mat. Glutes resting on the heels, on the soles of the feet. And if you can't do that, come into your easy pose and visualize. That visualizing is just as powerful. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, take those hands into prayer pose and drop them into the heart space. Open up through the three middle fingers so that just the pinkies and thumbs in the base of the palms touch. Creating that beautiful lotus mudra at the heart space. Close the eyes for a moment and visualize the reception of all of the dreams of your heart, but remembering that it's not to receive from this benevolent God, this man in the sky giving you all of the things that you've ever dreamed of. It's opening up of the perception, opening the mind to realize that everything you've always wanted already exists. It already exists. When you accept the truth of your being, recognizing that everything is already there for you. Expand the consciousness
to recognize that it's already there, it's already yours. Don't even need to ask, it's just there. Just have to know. And uphold the truth of your being. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Release those hands down into the mat. Tap out the tops of the feet. Release any tension from that gentle stretch. Drop the glutes down into the mat. Swing the legs around in front of you. Use your core strength to release the spine, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down into the earth. Framing the legs with those arms, super, super slow. Take it down, no rush. Inhale, take the knees into the chest and give yourself a squeeze. Remembering only the thoughts, only the words on the mat today that reinforce I am. Holding on to the right leg, lifting up through the left. Super, super slow with grace and ease. Take it all the way down into the mat, into the earth. And then reaching out through the right arm. Take it directly in alignment to that shoulder. Left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh and pulls it across the body nice and slow, twisting through the spine. And then taking the gaze over the right fingertips if it feels safe for the completion of the supine twist. And untwisting the spine nice and slow. Realign the body if you need to. Tuck those knees back into the chest. Holding on to the left leg. Inhale, lifting up through the right. Exhale, take it down. Reaching out through the left arm. Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg, pulling it across. Gazing over the left shoulder, over the left fingertips if it feels comfortable in the neck. And untwisting that spine. Realign through the body if you need to. Take the knees back into the chest. One last time. Tuck those knees into the armpits. Grab onto the outside edges of those feet for happy baby posture. Taking some gentle movements here or remaining in stillness. Breathe slow whenever you're ready. Releasing those feet. Lengthen through the legs. Take them down into the mat. Nice and slow, grace and ease. Finding your final Shavasana corpse pose or taking any last postures you might need before doing so. Completing your practice with whatever feels best to you today. If you missed anything that you need, go ahead and take it now. We're also coming into that corpse pose. Arms framing the body. Palms face up or face down. Allowing the feet to fall to the side and relaxing into the body. Relaxing into the earth on every exhalation. And on every inhale, feeling that earth rise up to support you. And take a moment to be with yourself. relaxing and breathing, resting and restoring for a moment. Visualizing that when you accept the truth of the I am, how every cell lights up with that truth of being, completely illuminating every essence of your being, every atom, every cell, every space in between, vibrating even out from the physical body as far as it wants to, remembering that theory of quantum entanglement, that I can affect a star across the very fucking universe. I am. I am that. I am that I am. No one, no thing can take that away from me, not even myself. The one thing that always remains to be true. I am. I've never been more certain of anything in my precious life. We were not meant to be complacent. We were not meant to allow our skin to be trampled on by these unruly horses of darkness. We were not meant to sit here quietly, wondering how it will all play out without making ourselves active participants of the story, without writing the words and forging the path. We were made for this very moment in time, to learn, to lean in and rise. I feel it in the pit of my bones. So rise. Rise up. Accept your truth. Call all of your power back to you. And step forward in each and every moment knowing I am. Start coming back to the body first by deepening the breath. Moving the extremities, wiggling the fingers and toes. You can wrap the hands around the wrists, feet around the ankles. Taking any gentle stretches or movements that will facilitate drawing you back into this time and safe space on your mat. Rolling over onto the right side in the fetal position whenever you're ready. You're never alone. You're never doing this thing alone. No matter what you see, no matter what you think, no matter what you feel, you're not alone.
You are an interconnected, vibrant, miraculous part of this beautiful web of life. All you have to do is go back inside. Everything exists in that space. Everything. Pressing into the left hand whenever you're ready, drawing yourself upright into a comfortable seated position so that we can complete our practice today. Take those hands to heart center, tucking the thumbs into the breastbone, forearms parallel to the earth. Spine is nice and straight and long, tucking the chin ever so slightly back and down so that the head hovers over the heart over the sits bones. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale fully and completely. 2 more times. We're going to finish our practice today with 3 long Sat Nams. Inhaling to begin. Satnam. Namaste. Satnam, I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. Namaste, I honor that truth that only you can embody without the desire to change it. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Enjoy your month. We're in that fall harvest season, paying attention to the harvest, taking note of the energies that we want to continue to feed, recognizing the energies that we no longer want to reap, to draw those energies back into our existence, making the choices and creating the positive changes necessary to achieve the desires of the heart. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys so much. I can't tell you how much I enjoy sharing this practice with you guys. It just makes me feel so amazing. And I love your comments. So please, please comment and share those with me. I love reading them. It just lights up my day to know how you guys feel about the practice. So hope y'all have an awesome week, an awesome October. It's my favorite month of the year, you guys. It's the best season ever. So have a great week. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.